Shalom, it's Sophia. Hello, what's up? Welcome back to my page. We're gonna be doing your divine wisdom, but of course for masculine and feminine. So let's start off with the masculine and then the feminine. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna pull this one. Ooh, we got the mask. This is for the mask, the masculines. Okay, masculines. So what are you wearing that is going to be covering all the subjects that you do not want to confront? What are you wearing that is covering all the subjects that you are not ready to embrace? Okay, so that's going to be pretty much the theme of the mask, but also like what is behind it. Okay, what is the veil? What is the thin layer? You guys are technically, in my opinion, wearing foundation. Okay, in a sense, because you're not ready to discuss the foundation and how you became who you are, but you're also ready to discuss how you become transparent in a sense where people are aware that it is a mask, but it's not your true identity. Do you understand? All right, so let's see. LXI. All right. All right, so we have the persona, performance, and the reveal. Okay, so who are you beyond those points? How have you shaped those words around yourself that has become, kind of a part of who you are? Okay, how are you self-identified, but also who identifies you as? Okay, and what do they identify you as? All right, so as the Zen Koan suggests, meditate on your original face. Okay, the one you had before your mother and father were born. Ooh, the one that you decided to become before the womb. Okay, BW. Okay, before the womb. Black woman. Ooh, that'd be that too. Okay, so when this energy is light, it reveals what you have been suppressed. Okay, so it'll start illuminating like, oh, okay. And then when this energy is dark, so make sure you're able to meditate on that and truly be able to identify that. It further conceals what is rejected. Okay, so what parts of you are rejected, or what parts of you are rejecting, like you understand? Because this is a great time under this full moon, between the 3 and 4 and then 3 days afterwards, but also 3 days prior. Okay, so some of those energies could be definitely coming up. You want to be able to identify and ask to release. So say a mantra that releases those. 222. Okay, all right, so we have for the feminine, let me give it a quick shuffle. For the feminine, we have the medallion. Okay, so that's interesting. I passed this. Okay, is that beautiful? Super beautiful. All right, so the medallion. You have, let me see, LX. Okay, here we go. Right before. All right, so we have the amulet, the talisman, and the heirloom. Nice. Okay, so this is something that is passed down to you. Okay, this is something that's probably not who you are, but who you were. Okay, so the masculine is looking towards before the womb. You're looking about what was actually given in the womb. Okay, so we have imagine you are your family school. Oh, imagine if you and your family, school, or social group has a crest, emblem, or amulet. What would it be? But also draw it. Okay, so this is a time for you to use your imagination to say, this is what we represent, this is who we are, and this is how we're going to be like gang gang. Okay, so even like think about rappers, how they all have that little like cubic, I don't know the words, but you guys, you know the rapper chains. You guys all have that, so it's like a symbolism of like, yeah, we're rappers. Okay, we can afford this $100,000 chain. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna wear it all the time too. Gang, gang, gang. So that's gonna be that. Okay, so what is your association? Who do you guys represent? Okay, for some people it could be a dumbbell, because you guys all are like fitness fitness babes. For others it could be like, for me, a tarot card. Okay, so either we will represent the circle, or we'll represent like a square, or whatever this symbol is, but we'll all represent that at some point. Okay, or we may represent herbs or a certain leaf. Okay, so me, I represent flowers, but I won't tell you my favorite flower yet. Okay, so we have that. So when it is light, you're upholding tradition, protecting, but also honoring. Okay, but when it's this dark energy, you're going to be burdensome, inheritance, and habituation. Okay, so some things you may not want to be associated with, some things you may not like the stereotype of. Okay, but this is going to bring you that energy to really pass things along that is sacred. Okay, that is a representation of what you have embodied, or what you are embodying. Okay, so that was your archetype for this month, but also something for you to overall find energy of. Of course, we can pull these back up when it feels deemed necessary. Okay, so for coffee, it fastens up your manifestations. never speeds up in a sense, okay? So your love messages for the masculine, we have wedding and express your love. So this situation involves marriage, okay? So go ahead and make the romantic gesture. But this also could be something as well as being able to show the other person, like, hey, these are things that I've been concealing. These are the things that I'm able to really articulate about myself that I feel like no other person can, you know, articulate for me, okay? No one can write my story unless I had, like, you know, a co-writer or whatever. But this is that point, and this is who the person you share that with, okay? Someone who you go into business with, but also someone you go into matrimony with, okay? And that matrimony is going to give you that unending purging of truth, okay? So you're going to be able to just kind of just go through the motion of expressing yourself and the love that you have for yourself, but also the love that you have for others, okay? How did you become so loving, 555? How did you become so ingrained? How did you come so in depth, okay? And it makes me also believe that some of these are kind of like who you represent as gang, like, okay, this is gang's exterior because you have the medallion, and then you have to say, okay, then the mask is the exterior and the medallion is the representation of how, like, the groups. I love this because it's kind of like saying, like, this is who I represent and this is how you're going to be initiated into, you know, how we represent, okay? Like, you know, so we have for the feminine, we have, ooh, look, nice. You guys are definitely on the same accord. So we have, this could be the one, but also engagement, okay? So your love life is ascending to a higher commitment, which is, again, that initiation into the relationship, but also you've already met who you needed to meet. You've already faced who you need to face. Like, I was doing my little morning tinkle, and I was like, wow, like, if I'm really at this space with Yah, you know, God, I don't no longer have to really seek my actual partner. I just have to, like, become in alignment and become in tune with who he is and or who they are with who he is and who they are, to actually just be, you know, like, because imagine knowing you know your husband, like, or knowing you know your wife already. You're like, what? You know what I mean? Because you know them all along, but you have not known that you needed to be, like, in alignment with them, okay? You have to prepare for the marriage. You have to prepare for the ascension of the relationship, okay? So I feel like this is one in accord. So you're the engaged, the feminine, and then the masculine is like initiating the wedding. He's initiating the expression. He's initiating the love, okay, that one in you may have, okay? So we have, let's pull two cards for the masculine and the divine moon. Okay, so we have a page of cups and a four of cups. Okay, so this is right here. That's that initiation between not sharing love, not being seen with someone, not representing a woman or a man or themselves. And then now going into that expression. Okay, now going into, yeah, I actually like you. Yeah, this is that. Yeah, this is this. Yeah, this is that. You know, really being able to say beyond that mask or beyond that exterior that I have to keep behind, because this, you know, the four of cups is here. The page of cups is here. It's like, okay, well, this is still, you know, the mask that I have to wear. This is still who my perception, persona is, and who it represents. Okay. So for the feminine, she is moving with the energy of, ooh, bad bitch energy, okay? We got the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Wands, okay? So she's like, I'm going to stand with you no matter what. I'm going to be there, you know, to really, you know, take this ascension. I'm going to really be there to take this commitment on, you know, because I understand that maybe this commitment has never been easy for you to really obtain. And now that you have that attained, I have to be patient with what you feel, you know, represents us as a union, okay? So I have to feel comfortable with expressing and being as verbal as you want me to be. Because again, so imagine having a shy partner. You're gonna need someone in a relationship that is verbal, okay? Unless you guys are both just laid back, don't say that. You know what I mean? That type of energy. But I feel like you guys are both mirroring what you need from one another, okay? So maybe you as a feminine need a strong, okay? Or maybe as a masculine, he may need a strong woman with a strong association. And for a masculine, or vice versa, okay? Because we're both masculine and feminine. And then, you know what I mean, but still bad B. And then we have for the feminine, you may need someone who's able to really be the representation of, you know, what you have manifested in your highest vibration, okay? You're like, oh yes, I need this. And they meet those needs, okay? So I really hope you guys enjoy the full moon in Aquarius, okay? So that's gonna be that humanitarian energy. So it really is it's like this union is gonna be for the benefit of all, okay? In all ways, because it gives people an analogy about manifestation, but also, you know, what is. Because I was reading something today. Well, actually, I was reading a thread on Twitter, and it was like, oh, you know, this is not who they expect you to be with, and that's exactly what you need, okay? Sometimes you need someone that no one expects you to be with, because it changes the paradigm of like beauty and standards and mask and persona and who you think I may be and what you think I may attract, okay? So I love you guys so much for that, and I'll talk to you soon.